hard to capture. Extravagant, resurrect the track and it's militant. And I react like a convict and start killing. It's manifesting. The gods work like appliances, dealing in my psyche.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys another discussion for Boruto chapter 46. And for the anime only fans, I am still talking about spoilers. Make sure you go over to the playlist section of the channel, click on all playlists, and I guarantee you are going to see a bunch of videos you have not actually watched on this channel. Over 80% of the content on the channel before I start talking about spoilers is spoiler free. There's over 600 videos on the channel, so I highly implore you to look at some of those other videos. But with that being said, if you're still here, I'm gonna assume you're okay with me talking about spoilers. So keeping true with this whole thing that I've been doing, which is basically now that I've kind of had some time to process what's been going on in my personal life, like I've talked about in another video, I ended up having to put my dog to sleep, I ended up losing a family member, and I ended up losing a friend to domestic violence. So I haven't necessarily been in a good space since the Boruto manga chapter's been out. You guys been seeing videos because I recorded a bunch of videos when the chapter came out and I scheduled them. And so this is, one of the first videos I'm doing after the fact. A few days have passed. And so what I want to say now is the fact that one of the things I've seen as I've been just skimming through the comment section, get a feel for feedback from the videos, as well as where the community's standing and what some of the questions are. One thing I've seen a lot is people are asking, how in the hell is Jigen's body still alive? If Jigen was a monk that was alive during the time of Kaguya, that was what, like 1,000 years ago? How in the hell is he still alive? And so I want to kind of discuss that now. So here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I think that when you look at how Jigen's body is still alive, I think we have to take a very close look at what was revealed in the chapter. So in the Boruto manga chapter, the thing that we find out is that Kaguya catches Isshiki off guard. She ends up ripping this dude's spine from his body, where it's like his upper half, you see part of his spine left, and he has to shrink himself down into Jigen's body after choking the guy out and everything, and then he has to go inside of his ear, and acting as a parasite, he ends up eating some of Jigen's brain and surviving off the nutrients, and eventually he takes over his body. But people have asked, well, if he's from that time period, why hasn't he aged? Why hasn't his body broke down and rotted? And so to that, I will say this right here. One of the things that Amado says is that, as Isshiki began to eat into Jigen's brain and take over the nutrients, he was able to kind of control everything. And then it was sometime after that he gave Jigen the karma seal. And Isshiki did this on the purpose of being able to prepare his body to be reborn, but he learned over time that Jigen's body was not going to be a suitable host for Isshiki in order to be reborn. And so the thing that I will say, okay, because there's so many questions about karma, and we know a lot about karma now, but there's also a lot that we don't know. I'm going to go twofold on here. I'm going to say that because Isshiki was able to take over the brain, because he was able to take over the brain of Jigen, and he was able to survive off of basically his insides and everything, that there is a possibility that between having an Otsutsuki inside of the body and that parasitic nature, that he was able to slow down the aging process. And I also think that when you look at the karma seal, the fact that he has Jigen's body, I think that is one of those things where maybe the karma is drastically slowing down his aging or preserving his body. And it's because Isshiki is able to control the rate that the extraction is happening, and because he knows that Jigen's body is not going to be suitable for it, that's why he hasn't been able to age. He needs to preserve the body until he can come up with a suitable host. And so I think that might also play into part of the reason why Jigen's body was breaking down, because yes, he wasn't able to handle the full power of Isshiki, but I also think that we're going to get a revelation that Jigen, that actual body, is reaching its limits into how long it can keep an actual Otsutsuki inside of him. So I think that could be it. I think that it's definitely the Otsutsuki Otsutsuki potentially changing the genetics of Jigen's body, as well as the karma helping with that. I think that that could be the case, because we do know that over time, as the extraction process takes place, that the body itself is going to change, and the Otsutsuki's body is going to be reborn into this new body. So we do know that the Otsutsuki have some ability to rewrite DNA, so it wouldn't be that big of a stretch if Jigen's body was just slightly altered and the karma is being released at a drastically slower rate, to where his body's preserved. And now that Jigen was able to create a new vessel for Isshiki, now that's why all of a sudden that Kawaki has the karma seal, and Isshiki's planning to eventually be reborn inside of Kawaki. So I think that that is it. I think it comes down to the karma seal and down to Isshiki modifying the actual genetics of Jigen's body. And if you do something like that, then it's kind of like mutants in X-Men, where you get mutants like, say, Wolverine. Basically, the guy's been around for a really long time, but his body was able to slow down the aging. So I think there's a situation like that. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.